I want to know, do you love yourself enough to be single? We talk all the time about, oh, I love myself, or I care about myself, or, I'm sticking up for myself, all the things. But do you actually and truly love yourself to the level that you're willing to say no to yourself and push back against something you really desire to have right now when you know you're not in a season of your life to where you're ready to offer what is required to that thing, that relationship, for it to actually work? Do you care about your growth and what's best for you enough, and ultimately that other person, to say no, to not get on dating apps, to not just try to hurry up and monkey branch from one person to the next person? After one relationship ends, you're going to the next person already, so you don't have to be by yourself, right? Do you care about yourself enough to sit in your own space to nurture you? Hell, I'll go one deeper for you. Do you love yourself enough to recognize that the relationship you're currently in, that is always toxic, ongoing, unhealthy patterns happening, cycles over and over again, to where, yeah, your partner may have some big components as to how they're contributing to the issue? Honestly, I'm gonna say it like this: I know they do, because it takes two to tango. No relationship issues are just solely built off of one person's side of the equation. You play a role somehow, whether it's something you're doing or something you're not doing, whether it's something that you are not changing or something you're allowing. Whatever it is, you play a role. So even though they may have their part, but you're still aware, you know deep down there's a role that you play as well. Maybe you know that, hey, you keep letting your partner do or treat you a certain way that you shouldn't. You should put your foot down. Maybe you know that you talk to them nasty and aggressively whenever you feel hurt, even if it's justified, even if they've done something where you are justified in saying something back. You know the things that you're actually doing are very toxic and coming from a hurt and a wound of a place of void. You know deep down. And if that is true, do you love yourself enough to walk away from the uncomfortable security that this unhealthy relationship is providing you? I say unhealthy security because we know you're not enjoying this relationship, right? It's a lot of turmoil. It's draining. It's emotionally zapping you, right? But you're staying, so at the end of the day, you don't have to wake up by yourself and say, I'm alone. At least you get to say, I have somebody with me. Because if you loved yourself enough, no matter how scary it would be, no matter how much it may feel like the thing your mind and body does not want to do, you would still exit that relationship. You would pull yourself away from it for yourself. Or if you've been single for who knows how long, and you haven't got back out there yet, or you have gotten back out there and you keep getting the same people, you keep dating the same people that don't work out for you, right? You would stop and press the pause button. You would say, hey, I'm not going to do any more of that until I figure me out fully, until I learn and dot my I's, cross my T's, flip myself inside and out to learn exactly where I'm missing it. That's getting me the same kind of partners that keep coming up, until I can, embrace myself enough to not feel like I had to push off the blame onto, I just always get the jerks that come my way. I have a sticker on my forehead that says jerks over here, right? And as I just keep getting the wrong people. There's nothing wrong with me. I just have to find the right people, right? To when you're ready to stop doing that and recognize that you're the only common denominator in your circumstance, and actually love yourself enough to not ridicule yourself and beat yourself up for the flaws, the missteps, or the mishaps, or whatever wounds are still there, and learn to love on them truly. Until you can do that, you're not truly loving yourself nearly the way you need to. Until you can say, as much as I'm drained in this relationship and I want to stay anyways, because ultimately I do have love for this person and I don't want to be by myself, and I don't want to have that fear of being alone forever and all that. I care about me enough to where I'm willing to risk it for what I know I deserve ultimately, what I know I'm capable of, what I know could be out there for me if I'm willing to pour into myself enough. I love myself enough to get rid of this safety net, this crutch, this unhealthy crutch that is this toxic relationship, in light of the better me. Until you're ready to make that kind of a call, You're not loving yourself enough to ever get the results you want out of life and definitely out of your relationships. Some of the best representations of love that you can show for yourself, best actions you ever can take, is doing the scariest things that make you as fearful as you can be to do them. Not because you're confident in what's going to be the outcome, but because you're courageous enough to do it for what you believe is possible for you if you can see a benefit on the other side of that journey. If you in your heart know that what's going on right now, what you're doing is not healthy for you, and you know there's more work or more things to be discovered within yourself, the biggest sign of love that you can show, biggest act, is doing the scariest thing to face yourself. And it's the more you run from yourself. You run from those old narratives of the past. You run from those old experiences that you had that you never fully healed and got over. You run from those childhood experiences from your parents that are still affecting you, right? You run from that traumatic event that happened to you. And you're not leaning into those emotions, to that energy. So you can sit and learn from them and offer what they need until you can fully embrace your actions of the past that maybe got you poor results that you're silently kicking yourself for, little resentment you have for yourself that's been projected onto your exes or whatever that harmed you or done things that are painful to you. And you put all the blame on them for being these horrible people when you know you also are kicking yourself deep down for allowing it to happen, for choosing them, right? Until you are ready or courageous enough to face those parts of you and embrace whatever the truth in that is and offer what it needs to be the truth you want it to be and find the peace it wants to have, you're not loving yourself enough. But I promise you, when you do and you stick to it diligently, consistently, and you go on that journey, you commit to it fully, the other side of that is an amazing life. I only say that because I went on that journey myself. It's the very seed as to why I got so passionate when I got on the other side of wanting to come and coach and help you guys get to the same place. I want as many people to be on this side of the tracks as possible because it's what we're meant to be. It's where you deserve to be if you're willing to put the work in to actually be there. But I need you to be courageous enough first to choose it for yourself. No one can make the choice for you. Anyone can help you, right? That has the skill sets, the experience, the knowledge, and whatever. But it means nothing if you don't choose it because you really want the result yourself. So I want you to have a real moment of honesty with yourself and ask yourself, in this season of me being single or, me being out here dating and so forth, or in this relationship I'm in, am I truly loving myself enough? Am I pulling myself away from these things? And have I put enough time into myself intentionally to love on myself enough to be disciplined to not lean into the things that my heart desires and my primal wiring wants me to go do, to find a mate and all these things in light of my betterment, my healing, so I can actually go get those things later or get that person later, and it actually will work and be healthy and be amazing instead of another notch on the belt, another cycle that goes around, another failed relationship, another hurtful experience. And if you come to the conclusion that you're not currently, and you want help taking those steps to fully choose you and truly love yourself so you can have everything that you're meant to have on the other side of that rainbow when you get there, then email or DM me the word coaching and we'll get to work as long as you're truly ready to put the work in. But if you're not ready for one-on-one coaching, of the time or the space for it, then at least email or DM me the word revival so you can join my Relationship Revival Hub community to learn the same things I teach to my clients one-on-one at your own pace on your own time. I have live weekly coachings and Q&A sessions, as well as courses in there, and I make specialized, customized content to my members to answer and give you the tools you need directly for your circumstance in particular, right? Either way, do something to get in the race. Stop sitting on the sideline. Let's get it.